Hey guys, let us learn about urea cycle and its disorders in this video. So urea cycle is otherwise called as Krebs-Hanslett or ornithine cycle. Urea cycle occurs in both the organelles, mitochondria and cytoplasm. So when we discuss about the main cycle process, it is all about ammonia getting incorporated to form urea and urea getting excreted via kidney. So this is the process. So in this whole cycle there are 6 important disorders that you need to remember at each enzyme level or the transporter level. When we discuss about the basic urea structure, it has 2 nitrogen atoms, one from ammonia and one from aspartate. Ammonia contributes one and aspartate contributes the second nitrogen. So aspartate is involved in the cycle there, you can look there. When we discuss about the enzymes in the mitochondria and cytoplasm, mitochondrial enzyme starts with O or C. So C is carbonyl phosphate synthetase 1, O is ornithine and all. Whereas cytoplasm is all about A, aspartate, arginosuccinate, arginine, arginosuccinate synthetase. So everything is about A in cytoplasm, whereas mitochondria it is O and C. Okay, so when we enter into the cycle, it starts with carbon dioxide and ammonia getting converted into CP, that is carbonyl phosphate, that combines with ornithine together to form citrulline. So for carbonyl phosphate synthetase 1, that is the first enzyme, NAG, N-acetyl-glutamine is the allosteric activator. Now the citrulline is formed. Citrulline combines with aspartate because aspartate provides one nitrogen atom, right? So that will form arginosuccinate. Arginosuccinate is lysed into arginine and fumarate. Now this arginine is hydrolyzed by arginase into ornithine. Now this ornithine enters into the mitochondria via the enzyme or the transporter ornithine permease. So carbonyl phosphate is formed by carbonyl phosphate synthetase 1. When that is defective, it is leading to the disorder of hyperammonemia type 1. CPS1 defect causes hyperammonemia type 1. When there is OTC defect, that is ornithine transcarbamylase defect, that causes hyperammonemia type 2. Okay, so when OTC is defective, carbonyl phosphate accumulates, that gets involved in the pyrimidine synthesis. So pyrimidine synthesis, we get more ammonia and more orotic acid. The more ammonia that is formed now combines with glutamate to form glutamine. So there is more of glutamine and more of orotic acid. Since more glutamate is converted to glutamine, there is less stores of glutamate, so less gluconeogenesis. So since the gluconeogenesis, that is less glucose is formed, that will lead to hypoglycemia. So for that we treat with phenylbutyrate and glucose and fat diet. So OTC defect, hyperammonemia type 2, it is X-linked recessive disorder and the most common defect in urea cycle. Coming to the next step, citrulline, aspartate together form arginosuccinate. When arginosuccinate synthesis is defective, more citrulline will be accumulated, so that will form citrullinemia. Now don't get confused with citrullinemia type 2, which is due to a transporter defect, that is citrin defect. The citrullinemia that we are discussing here is because of arginosuccinate synthetase defect. Now coming to the next disease, that is arginosuccinase defect. There is increased levels of arginosuccinate. That means it is excreted out. Arginosuccinic aciduria is the disease and trichorexis nodosa, that is a hair feature it is. That is the clincher there. Now when we discuss about arginine getting converted to ornithine and urea, when arginase is absent or decreased, there will be increased levels of arginine. So that is called as hyperarginemia. So all the important disorders are discussed here, like hyperammonemia type 1, type 2, citrullinemia, arginosuccinic aciduria and hyperarginemia. There fumarate is formed when arginosuccinate is lysed. Okay, so fumarate is the connecting point between urea cycle and Krebs cycle. That is an important question. Fumarate is the connecting point between urea cycle and Krebs cycle. Fumarate is formed when arginosuccinate is lysed. Okay, now there is an important disease called HHH syndrome, which is due to the defect in ornithine permease. HHH syndrome is hyperammonemia, hyperornithemia and homocitrullinemia. It is an autosomal recessive disorder. So this is all you need to know about the urea cycle. There are 6 important diseases that you need to remember. Almost all of them presents with the features like vomiting, encephalopathy, ataxia, mental retardation and increased levels of ammonia, increased levels of glutamine, because all the ammonia is incorporated into glutamate, so glutamine levels increases. So every disorder presents with the same symptoms more or less. So this is all about urea cycle that you need to know. Thank you. Please try to solve the questions from this topic and go through the notes once. If you like this kind of content, please do subscribe and like the videos and comment. Thank you.